Ladies and gentlemen, guys, friends and family, if I could just have your attention, please. The time has come for speeches. So I'm going to call upon our dashing groom, Benjamin, to give our very first speech. Please make some noise for Ben. Cheers.
Mother, not just a minute, for goodness sake. That's fine, then they'll come inside. They can hear me, it's okay. Hello, everyone. Hey! We all good? Thank you very much for coming. Honestly, every time I have one of these, I always think no one's going to turn up. But honestly, everyone's here and it's amazing. Like, just once, just this time. But honestly, it's amazing that all of you guys have turned up. I mean, to be honest, we have people from Finland, amazingly. We have people from Spain. We have people from Malta, which obviously there's more of you guys than anyone else, to be fair. We've invaded the other way round, which is very impressive. But it's just amazing that everyone here turned up and everyone here just honestly having a great time, which is something that, again, we just wanted. We just wanted you guys to enjoy yourself, and I'm really, really genuinely happy that everyone is here. I see all my family, all my friends, and it's just, man, it is an amazing feeling, I have to admit. And just seeing her walking down the aisle, I genuinely couldn't actually stop myself crying, and I'm meant to be the man, and it's very, very difficult to do that, but it was an amazing feeling. And I just thought I'd just say a few things about, Luana, because I love her more than anything in the world. And she's one of those people that will plan for years. She planned this wedding for 2 years. I was there. Every time she said to me, Ben, would you like to do something? I would say, darling, I don't care. But would then show me something, and I would go, I don't like that. And she would say to me, but Ben, that means you care. So now give me your actual opinion. And for the last 2 years, that's basically been our conversation until I stupidly quit my job thinking that I was going into something else. And I didn't. So I was then unemployed for the last month. So I've been the one dealing with the wedding. And I honestly understand why she's been stressed for the last 2 years. It has been horrendous. But what is done is done. Just in case anyone was wondering, I did the flowers outside. Thanks, guys, I needed that. I honestly needed that. Thank you. Everything else was basically done by her, I have to admit. And I will say, that did actually get help from a live stream that I did. I put it on Twitch, and I said, please, everyone help me with flowers. I got called an idiot by multiple people because they asked me what the colour scheme was, and I said red, and apparently that isn't a colour that it counts. So apparently it's burgundy. Whatever. But I'd just like to say, I want to finish, I don't want to talk too long because we have quite a lot of speeches coming up, so I just thought I'd keep this nice and short and sweet. But I just want to say that Luana is one of those people that plans for 2 years, and she does this and will get everything down to a T. But also she's one of those people who genuinely will get a dog, like our dog now, in about 2 days. And that's the reason I love that girl, because honestly, she wants to plan and she wants to do things, but also sometimes she just wants to live in the moment, and that is something I love about her more than anything in the world. Because I live in the moment all the time, literally all the time. I do not think about the future. That's too long. But she doesn't just do that. She thinks about the past. She thinks about what she's doing, and she genuinely plans for the future. And she's the most amazing girl in the world. And I'm so happy you guys are all here together to honestly just say thank you very much, Lou. I love you. The next person, I'm pretty sure, is Harold. Up you come. There you go, sexy boy.
So I was originally supposed to go first, so I'm glad that Ben did that. So this is really easy to follow what he just did. Unlike Ben, I've written down what I'm going to say. So thank you, Lou, for organising this wedding. Thank you, Ben, for staying out of her way. I feel like today has mainly been focused on Lou, so I'm just going to share a couple of stories about Ben so that everyone could sort of get the same sort of vibe that I have for Ben. Because I've known Ben for about 11 years or so. Now, unfortunately, Ben is getting married first, which means I'm going to keep most of this PG because Ben will be giving a speech at my wedding. So can't really say too much bad about him. But I will not be mentioning the time you broke your coccyx or the blue morph suit you wore in sixth form, but I do have pictures if anyone wants to find me later. I believe there's currently 5 people in this room that have lived with Ben. Lou, Ben's parents and his sister, and myself. Ben and I lived together in Australia for a couple of months. So we were two 21-year-olds living in a single flat at about 45 degrees temperature. I'll let you imagine what that smelled like. Ben is an interesting person to live with. I'm not very tidy, but Ben made me feel like I was a neat freak. Ben can only cook, he's much better now, I'll give him that, but Ben used to only be able to cook one meal, which was bolognese. Yeah. So Ben would batch cook like a week's worth of bolognese and then heat it up in the microwave every single day, and that microwave stank, I will tell you that. I had to clean it when we moved out, and I think I threw up afterwards because it was not great. The other thing about Ben is Ben snores. I had shared a room with Ben for about 3 months or so. Ben used to stay around my house before that. He would sleep 2 rooms over, and I could hear him snoring through the walls. So, Lou, I feel terrible for you getting any night's sleep for the next couple of years or so. Now, there are plenty of stories that I could tell about Ben, so I've picked out 2 of them. I think my favourite one is when we were living in Australia and Ben single-handedly knocked out an entire block of gas for one of the Sydney streets. Ben was working as sort of like a handyman builder kind of thing, and he was not legal in the slightest. He was working under the table, he was digging a hole. He came home one day with a massive black eye and just bruises all over his face, and I asked him what happened. He said he was digging in one spot, no one else was there. He got to a certain spot and he hit a gas pipe, and then a bunch of debris just flew up into his face. They had to call, obviously, the police and everything, and the manager just gave him his money and said, leave. You were not here, you were not working, you were, just do not look back. And he said to me afterwards, no one else was digging in that spot, and he thought it was a bit weird, which, sort of speaks for itself. The final story, Ben doesn't remember. I asked him earlier. Ben's dad, who's missing, and Ben Smith remember. We were going to a local nightclub called Mocha in Crawley. Represent. We'd been drinking heavily at my house, so we got the train from Red Hill to Crawley, and just before we got to Salfords, Ben threw up all over the table in front of us. So we casually just stood up and just moved down the train a little bit. And Ben said, I should probably go home. So me and Ben Smith went, yeah, you know what? Sure. Ben stands up and he presses the button to open the doors, and he just face plants out of it like that. And Ben and I are sitting there and we're like, maybe we should go and help him. So we go out, we phone his dad. I think an ambulance got called, I'm not sure. And we had to carry him out of the station, which took about 10 minutes. And then Ben's dad showed up and picked him up and took him home. And I was speaking to Ben's dad earlier. Apparently Ben tried to sleep on the lawn outside and refused to go upstairs, which maybe there'll be a rehash of that tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to say a couple of things about Ben. Luana, I don't have any embarrassing stories about you, I'm really sorry. But if anyone else wants to say anything, I think Meg might have some in his speech. But yeah, who's next? Ben? Callum? Oh, Meg is. So feel free to talk about Lou.
I should have known I'm a singer. Apologies for my voice. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Miguel. I'm Luana's man of honor. And I wanted to thank you, Luana, for choosing me to take up this important role in her wedding. So thank you very much. I'm essentially your emotional support person, your Excel sheet organizer, the person who enlightens you about Gen Z slang and our humor, and also the person who calls you a millennial, especially after judging some of your questionable fashion choices. Thanks to Mom and Dad today, I am satisfying the title of Man of Honor today because for the last 21 years, Luana has had the honor of being my sister, so thank you. Today, to celebrate this joyous day, both of you have people from all over the world to support you. So we have people from Malta. Woo! There we go. Ireland, Finland, Bali, right? Yeah,
It was the wrong country.
allegedly. Australia, and of course the local Brits. Okay, okay, we won. Malta. Okay. If I mentioned your country, please remain friends with Luana and Ben for a couple more years until I manage to represent Malta in Eurovision, because we need the televotes, so I need every help I can get. Joke. I always thought I'd be the first sibling to force my relatives to travel abroad to support me in Eurovision, but here we are, so you took the first place on that one. As we say in Maltese, this is for my Maltese girls, it's salsa ġitnu għalla mil-ħuta, għax jarfajna Malta, għax kiku kol ma kienet tiġina 10 Rover, u mor wara nmorru s-serkin. Imma xaħat id-deċida li ġi deportat minn pajizna, musa nħarri sejnħat. That's for Luana to explain to you all. On the 5th of July of 2020, I received a message from Lou saying, by the way, I'm dating someone, lol. To which I responded with, send the at now. And she told me, it's not super serious. Mom already found out. And followed up with, also, he has a puppy. And that's all I needed to know regarding Lou's intention. As time passed, we were finally introduced to the handsome, gorgeous, awesome, energetic baby Ash, and as well Ben too. And from there on, they were always a part of our family. Not to mention how in touch Ben is with his inner Maltese roots. Let's shout out his Mela tattoo. That's the impact he has. There's a bit more. The moment I knew they were perfect for each other was when we had gone out to our cousin's wedding, and Ben was just on the dance floor dancing like it was the last night of his life. That's when I knew Luana had met the perfect man. She now gets to call her husband. If anyone doesn't know Luana enough, if you see her walk at an average human being's pace, it's considered a miracle, let alone being forced to dance so intensely in public like that. Apart from all the jokes, Ben has managed to bring out a beautiful side of Luana. I've never seen her smile and laugh so much when she is with him. To Ben, I hope you enjoy growing old with her as much as I enjoyed growing up with her. To Luana, I hope you continue teaching him Maltese swear words. Your humor is unmatchable, your chemistry is electric, your synergy is seamless, and your love is limitless. Thank you for being a rock to me when I felt like the world was crashing down on me. Finally, you officially start this forever chapter together, celebrating the beginning of a life built on love, trust, respect, countless RuPaul Drag Race episodes, and hours exercising together, not at the gym, but walking around London catching Pokemon. The beauty of marriage will not only help you grow together, but also individually. Luana has always been an independent woman, unless something requires a phone call, to which Ben takes up that role. And Ben no longer uses his phone's autocorrect, because now he has an Oxford graduate wife to proofread his messages before sending them. I had to confirm with Lou what she graduated from Oxford in, because I got confused whether she had graduated with a master's in English language or a master's of always being right. And I think that is something that both Luana and Ben can agree on. And to finish off this speech, Ben can now legally come to Malta, so I guess we might be having a second top-up wedding. Cheers to my favorite couple. May your forever last more than forever. Thank you. I don't know who's next. Passing the mic to Ben, too.
Very nice, buddy. Ben Harder. Hello, everyone. So, my name is very, very easy to remember. It is also Ben. When I was asked to write this, I was very, very terrified, but also Ben is also one of my best friends in the entire world, and I thought I would struggle with this quite a lot.
However, I found this very, very, very easy to write for you guys because I have such fond memories of both of you. Lou, for the last few years, you are an angel princess. Ben, you'll do. So, I've known Ben for approximately about 10 years now, maybe slightly longer. Oh, yeah. Did it. So, Ben, sorry. Today, I would like to take a trip down memory lane with you guys in line with my time with the bride and groom, Mr. Benjamin and Mr. Luana Benello Goff. I love you both immensely. The first time I met Ben was actually through my brother, who said that this rando liked to play some children's card games. Some of you may know it. It's a little thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! Being the little emo secret nerd who I was, who loved to play when I was a lot younger, thought, what the hell? Yeah, I'm down to clown. And that was my introduction to a lot of you guys don't know, was big fat bald Ben. We hit off instantly. Myself wanting to hang out with Harry and all of the Bens. Did it. Decided to skip out on a lot of my math classes, and we would go chill in one of our rooms called G17. Yeah. I definitely failed at maths quite a lot because I was doing that so much. After that, we decided to be the little cool kids on the block. Went to the clubs together quite a lot when I turned 18, doing a little white boy shuffling. And we went in, as the kids would say, we were quite lit. And after many, many, many drinks, and just drinks, don't worry, your mum and dad on here, for the power of friendship and alcohol, we came full circle, and until this day, we still play children's card games. Some more than others, but you're getting married, so I digress. As we got older, we got into more pubs around Red Hill and Reigate, and I introduced Ben to this little cool new hobby that all the kids were doing. And by that, of course, I mean gambling and slots. We lost a lot of money, but hell, it was fun. Even if we went to Brighton many, many, many times for day drinking, walking around Pokemon Go, going to the Brighton Pier, and essentially the same as gambling, but just with tickets, so it's a lot easier. Spending all of our adult money. By the way, you've never beaten me in piano tiles. I just needed to point that out, so all good. I have some great memories together with you. As we were always hanging out in Brighton during the day, partying, going to prison till 4 a.m., absolutely paralytic on the last train, actually technically first bus rail replacement back home at 4 a.m. Absolutely zombified on the way back, but that is some of the best memories that I've had with you, and I fucking love you for that. At some point, however, we decided big bald Jesus. Fat bald Ben no longer was fat bald Ben. He came back from America one day after going there for lifeguarding, and suddenly grew hair for the power of prayer, and apparently a 1 in 5 chance. So we'll go for that. And my man was jacked as well. Jeez. Look at you now.
Thank you, man.
Where is it all gone? Oh. So he introduced me to this, some of you may know it, it's this little island called Malta, where I loved straight away. Until this day, one of my favorite holidays that I've ever been with you. And then after a while of going there and coming back, you took your head and your heart, and then you went and moved to Malta. And, sorry. And my little Pookie bear was gone forever. I've always admired that about you, man. Moving away, jumping ship, headfirst into a life to make for yourself. And you even brought someone very special back with you to just who I love and care and adore, but unfortunately Ash isn't here right now. But you also brought back Lou. I'm joking, I love you so much. When Ben and Lou came back, between them when they came back to his parents to visit for a while. And Lou had this little pet fish called Sammy, who I loved and cared for many, many, many days. Though, no, he went to live on a farm to run around with all the other fishies. Don't tell her. which is also why it's a good testament to why I'm taking care of Alice while on the honeymoon. I went to visit Ben and Lou in Malta in between them moving back for a few weeks, and I loved the vibe together. Even most of the time, I was their personal chef, having to teach Ben how to cook, and failing that, I taught Ben how to peel an onion. Good job. Except, of course, when I went to Lou's parents' house for a while, and was very, very welcome there. So, both you guys, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, and I can see why Lou has grown up to be such a lovely, lovely person for all these years. After a non-specified amount of time, they finally got engaged. The whole reason why we're here together, we did it. Yeah. I'm so proud of you both. Ben, you were like a brother to me. Our lack of names, our shared name and our lack of real world skills brought us together. And I fucking love you, bro. I love you too. Lou, you're an angel, one of the best people I know, and I love you a ton. Just don't let her buy you any Taylor Swift tickets. Lou, for realsies. You are a kind and loving person who puts others before herself, and you're a person I have a lot of time for, and I want you guys to be happy. I hope you have a very happy time together, and Lou, just remember, if you ever hurt Ben, you're probably in the right, let's be honest. We'll have you back. I want my drop.
So, hello guys, I just want to start this and say, yeah, I ain't going to be soppy like these lot. I'm going to be shady, I'm the wild card this wedding. But I just want to say, hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time. And I just want everyone to give a quick cheer for Luana for planning such an amazing day so far. And then obviously, we can't forget about what Ben did. Absolutely fuck all. He did... Like, even though he said he did do the flowers, he did them wrong. And actually, it was these lovely angels over here and here that did those flowers yesterday. To be fair, he was helping out, so we'll give him that. So, I'm going to say we're going to keep this short and sweet, but if any of you know me, that's an absolute lie, because I will sit here and I will speak for hours until I can't speak anymore. But the main reason we're going to keep this kind of short is because, as you can all smell, the lovely waffles. And the second I come off this stage, we're clearing our plates and we're getting those, and it's going to be great. But obviously, if you want any more stories of me just being a bit of a dickhead about these two, I'll be at the bar all night. So Ben has been one of my closest friends for many years now. I think I've known him since I was 12, 13. He's been like a brother for me. He's been there through good times and bad times. Obviously, if you know me, a lot of bad times. But he's always helped me through my troubles. And he's always tried to give me a more adult way to deal with that. Mainly because he's really fucking old. I say this, I'm the young one in the group and he's the oldest. So there's a 5 years age gap, and I'm always going to hold that over him because I'm just me. But when going through this speech, I did speak to Martina, and she did say, "You've known him this long. Why is there no funny story in it?" It's not that funny, but I'm just going to sit and ramble for a hot sec. So the most memorable time I had with Ben was, I think it was just after I turned 18. We're going to go to a club. We went to Lightbox. It was a good night until it wasn't. Let's just say I was a little bit worse for wear. So I was in the smoking area, so you know straight away. I weren't having a great time, and I was with a friend, and I was like, "Can you please go get Ben? We gotta go." And Ben was like, "No, we're staying. He's just being a loser. I'm gonna stay and party." Just sat in there raving for about an hour. After an hour of speaking to this friend, and the only way I can describe it is an intense monologue explaining why he is the inadequate brother. That's the best way to explain it. Obviously, I've redacted this story because if you know it, you don't want to hear the real story, and I can't say that in front of this many people. But yeah, I eventually gained the energy to walk inside and be like, "Ben, we need to leave." I'm pretty sure I walked up to Ben, he saw me, and he was like, "Yeah, we're getting you home right now." And then we ran out of that club. And I don't think to this day I have ever been back. But it was a great time. I love this story, even though the kind of whole thing is, Ben left me outside and let me suffer. Like, I was out there, I was out of my head, and I was like, "I feel like shit." But he was like, "No, I'm having fun." Anyway, So obviously I've known Ben for over a decade. Funnily enough, he absolutely hated my guts when we first met. But in his defense, I was 12, 13. He was 17, 18. And to this day, I'm still very annoying. The only difference is now I can drink. Legally. But what was I going to say? Yeah. Obviously, basically my final point is my last visit to Malta was my favourite visit and most memorable. Because Lou doesn't agree with this 100%. Even discussing this, she was like, no, he didn't. But it was when she proposed to Ben. I was there, I was chilling in the front room with Ash. We was watching Wink Saga, RIP. We miss you. I'm sorry Netflix cancelled you. We wish you came back. And she was with Ben and she was like, we should get married. And then the next day, we went to go get some rings and took some lovely engagement photos. Where was it? Like Salima Point, somewhere like that? Yeah, what she said. Really lovely photos that she calls her engagement photos. So even though she says it wasn't when she proposed, it was because, yeah. Anyway, so I've spoken enough. My mouth's pretty dry. I really want to drink right now. So Ben and Luana, I really hope you have a lovely life together. It's been great seeing how you've both grown together, how you've made Ben an adult. Well done. That was the struggle. That was the real struggle. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to watch you guys grow and build the little family. I'm very happy that when you went to Malta, you met the lovely, amazing person in your life. There's Ash. I don't know where he is. It would be love to just grab him and be like, hey. But also, he did meet Lou, so I guess it's pretty good because we get this beautiful wedding. Way! So, last point. Obviously, just outside here, we have a bin to clear your plates. So please clear your plates, because if you don't, I have to, and I'm not a waiter anymore, and I have not been paid for that. So please clear your plates, because if you don't, I see you try and get a waffle, it ain't happening, I'm taking it off you. And then later on, when we have some patsitsis and sausage rolls, I will also take it out of your hand, because the most thing I'm excited for today is a patsitsis, and I will take every single one I can get. Just give me the tray of ricotta right now. I know they haven't been made, but I fucking want them. But I just want to say thank you all. Thank you everyone for coming. Let's have a great night and let's get drunk. Woo! I don't know. Not too shabby, I hope.
No, you're good. Thank you.